ninjas, welcome to Yoga with Dojo Cat. Today's yoga flow is for beginners. It's going to be focused on opening up those hips and just getting moving. We're just going to work on that overall mobility today. All right, let's get into it. Okay, we're going to begin in mountain pose, creating a nice long line with our whole body. So really grounding into those feet, flexing those muscles, coming all the way up the spine to the crown of your head, rolling those shoulders up and down away from your ears. And then all together, inhale, bringing those hands to the sky. And exhale, baby back bend, lifting the chest and chin. Inhale, hands to sky. And exhale, folding forward, hinging at the hips, trying to touch your nose to your knees. We're just gonna stay here for a couple breaths, so a couple options for you here. You can sway back and forth. You can keep your fingers on the mat underneath your shoulders, or if you like, you can tuck them into your elbows and just hang like a rag doll. It's up to you. We're just gonna nod our head yes, nice and slow, big nods, releasing any tension. And then shake our head no, bringing our chin to each shoulder. And then relax at center. We're gonna inhale those hands to the sky, back into mountain, and then we're gonna sink into a nice chair pose. I'm just gonna turn here so you guys can see. So weight is in your heels. The more space you keep in between your feet, the easier the pose is gonna be. And we're thinking about tucking that tailbone underneath and then sinking low. You can keep your hands up in the sky if you like. You can bring them to heart center, or you can even bring your palms up to the sky behind you. I think my cat toy is going off right now, so if you see a little red laser, yep, it definitely is. Oh well. Couple more breaths, sink a little lower. Keep that chest nice and lifted. And straighten those legs. From here, we're gonna go into eagle pose. So we're gonna ground into that right foot, and then a couple options for you here. We're gonna cross our left foot over top of our right. If you're brand new to yoga, you can just use those left toes as a kickstand. Or you can lift those toes up, bringing that calf over top of your leg. Some people are able to twist their all the way so that their foot is like hooked onto their opposite calf. I'm not that flexible, and that's fine. Okay, and then we're gonna take our hands out parallel, and we're gonna sweep the right arm underneath the left and wrap around, going palm to palm. I just grab onto my thumb pad. Option 2, you can just grab onto your shoulders. Okay, just wherever you are. Just pick a spot and then progress from there. Okay, from here, we're going to sink down into almost like another invisible little chair. Okay, so if you're a beginner, you can drop that toe to the mat. You can also use a block if you want to just I don't have a block handy with me right now, but you can just set it on the outside of that right foot and use that tool to help with your balance. Okay, let's keep those elbows nice and high. Sink a little bit lower. And release the pose. Unwind those arms, bring them up to a T, and then up to the top to reset those shoulders, and then down to your hips. We'll go to the other side here. Grounding into that left foot, and then wherever you are, your balance is going to be different on one side. So if you're a little more shaky on your left side than your right side, totally normal. This is my bad side, so so if you don't have to use a block on the other side, but you do have to use it on this side, that's okay. All right, so wherever you are on this side, take that right leg across it over top of the left one. Arms out to a T, and then we'll sweep the left hand underneath the right arm. Okay, lift those elbows nice and high, and then we're going to sink down into that invisible chair. Really engage that core. That's going to help with your balance. You can also find something to focus on that tends to help with balance too. Lift those elbows nice and high. I fell out, that's okay. release. Bring those arms out to a T, unwind those legs. Bring those palms to touch at the top and then down to your hips. Just gonna turn here. I'm just gonna throw in a little quick flow here. So inhale those hands to the sky and then fold forward. Get a little swaying motion. If you want, you can bend your left knee, straighten your right, and then switch sides, just really focusing on one hamstring at a time. And then we'll rise up into mountain. Exhale, baby back bend. Inhale, hands to sky. Exhale, sit back into that chair. Couple more deep breaths, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And then we're going to bring those hands to the chest and sink our bones down, down, down until we hit the mat. All right, so from here, we are going to straighten our legs and we're going to get a little gentle twist going here. So let's bring that right knee up to our chest and we're just going to hug it to us. And then we're going to pick that foot up and put it over top of our left leg. Inhale those hands to the sky. And exhale, twisting over, looking over that right shoulder. A couple options for you here. You can use that elbow to press to deepen the twist. Or if you like, you can hug that knee nice and close, pulling it towards you. And that's just gonna stretch out that glute and the back of the leg, and the IT band is what I meant to say. And release, we'll go to the other side. So let's hug that left knee to our chest and then pick it up, put it over top of the left. Inhale, hands to sky. Exhale, twisting to the right, to the left. Can you tell it's been a long day? Release the pose, coming back to center. From here, we're going to bring our heels up to our groin for bound angle pose. You can just hold on to your ankles if you like. You can hold on to your toes and lean forward. It's okay if you have a rounded spine and rounded neck in this pose. We're just trying to touch our nose to our toes. So this pose can be pretty uncomfortable, so if you have access to blocks at home or pillows, you can put them underneath your thighs and think about pressing those knees to the floor. If you are not even close like me, that's okay. Progression over perfection. I'm working on it, and we're all a work in progress, so what's important is that we're trying. And you might notice in this pose that one side is a lot more flexible than the other. Like this side can go a lot further than this side. Maybe I'll just turn so you can see. In my defense, I'm having some knee problems right now, and that's definitely impacting my mobility, so. Okay, straighten those legs out in front of you. Create a nice long line with your spine. Flex your feet. Really try to create a long line from your heels all the way to your hips here, and then a nice long line from your tailbone to the crown of your head. We're going to inhale those hands to the sky and exhale, folding forward over top of those legs. And if you're not super flexible and you can't get those legs straight, that's okay. Option for you, bend those knees, grab onto the toes. And then over time, you can practice straightening those legs a little bit at a time until one day, boom, straight legs. It's just really important that we're not forcing anything. We don't want to cause any unnecessary injuries, especially, if you are an athlete. I would rather, I'd much rather get injured in sparring than doing yoga. So. Okay, from here we're gonna move on to our hands and knees, cat-cow. So just make sure those knees are stacked underneath your hips and your wrists are stacked under your elbows. Inhale, lifting your tailbone and your chin to the sky. And exhale, round the spine, tucking that chin to the chest. And then inhale back into cow, connecting your breath to your movement, inhaling as you expand and exhaling as you contract. And come back to center. We're gonna bring our knees nice and wide, big toes to touch, and melt our hips down to our heels. Bringing those arms out in front of us. We're gonna keep this child's pose active, so spread your fingers, really ground into those hands. And bring that forehead to the mat. Keep those forearms lifted. And from here, we're gonna lift up onto our elbows, stacking them underneath our shoulders. And we're gonna take our toes. Actually, I'm gonna turn to face you. We're gonna take our toes and point them outwards. So this is frog pose. It's a little bit more intense than child's pose. If you like, you can even come up onto your palms and just really control how deep the stretch is. So the more you lean forward, the less intense the pose is gonna be. And then the deeper you get, the more intense. So if you want to come all the way down to your elbows or your forehead, you're totally welcome to. I'm going to stay up nice and high today. I also like to call this pose Instagram girl at the beach. Because, you know, if you scroll Instagram, you've seen this pose. Couple more deep breaths. And we're gonna lean forward and turn those toes behind us and just release the pose. From here, we're gonna go into a little garland squat. So we're gonna come onto the soles of our feet, turning those toes outward at a 45-degree angle. I'm just gonna stand up and adjust my leggings and sitting back down. Okay, so weight is in your heels. You're using those elbows, if you like, to press deeper into the stretch, creating a nice long line with your spine. So if you're like rounded forward and hunching over, just trying to focus on getting through this stretch because it's really hard and really painful. I want you to lift that chest to the sky and just breathe through it. Connecting your breath to your body sounds silly, but it's super helpful, especially when you're holding uncomfortable stretches. So thinking about taking deep inhales, not just filling the chest, but filling it all the way down into your belly, and then using those exhales to release any tension in your body. It's kind of a mind-muscle connection thing. It's really helpful, so try it. If you need to even use a visualization, closing your eyes and then imagining the tension leaving your body. Try it. I bet you'll notice a difference. All right, we're gonna finally come out of this pose now that I'm done talking. Sorry. And we're gonna turn and melt into another child's pose. If you like, this time you can relax those forearms to the mat. Deep breath in through the nose, filling the chest, filling the belly, and exhaling through the mouth, nice and slow. All right, you can lift up. We're going to come onto our bums and then roll all the way to our backs. You can extend your hands up and just go really slow, engaging the abs, rolling down one vertebrae at a time. And we're gonna bring our knees to our chest and wrap our arms around them. And if you like, you can get a little rocking. Oh, I'm stuck on one side. A little rocking side to side, just kind of massage that back. And from here, we're gonna go into our final pose of the day. It's one of my favorites. I have many favorite poses. Happy baby feels like a silly, ridiculous pose, but it feels so nice and it's so good for you. So keeping those knees to your chest, we're gonna take our arms, reaching through our knees and grabbing onto the outside of our foot. You can grab onto your big toes with your 2 fingers. I don't like to do that because I've broken my toes so many times. It's just not comfortable. We're gonna stay nice and low to begin with and just rock back and forth, really focusing on stretching the groin. A couple of breaths here. And then when you're ready, bring those soles of your feet to the sky and the knees into your armpits. You can find stillness if you like, or if you'd like to keep going with that rocking, you're totally welcome to. Whatever you feel like doing today. I think I said this was our last pose, but I think I'm gonna add one more. I'm gonna do one more pose. And release this pose. We're gonna bring the soles of our feet together and bring those heels up to our groin for a reclined butterfly. So you're gonna bring one hand to your belly and one hand to your chest and really focus on that breathing. So we're gonna inhale through our nose, filling our belly up as much as we can, and then we're gonna hold our breath for as long as we can. Count to 10, and then release slowly through your mouth. And then again at the bottom, hold your breath for as long as you can. All right, if you're ready to join me, inhale. Hold your breath at the top. And exhale slowly through the mouth. Nice, slow breath. And hold at the bottom. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. And from here you can continue on with your normal breathing. All right, we're going to take those knees gently together, moving slowly because that's a really intense position. And we'll sit up into a comfortable seated position, whatever that may be for you. All right, that is it for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that your hips is feeling good, your spine is feeling nice and mobile. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. I'd love to have you in my little dojo. Come and join me. I sound like a witch. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Go drink some water and eat some Halloween candy. Oh,